Amid the rugged wilderness, the iconic bear holds its dominion. We might recall bears as friendly creatures, but the following bear encounters shed light on the true nature of these wild animals. Let's get started. From a mile away, the bear detected the people and locked onto them, standing on its hind legs. They were safe, but the bear precisely located their position. The animal appears curious, possibly driven by hunger or just natural inquisitiveness. It's not only cats that display curiosity, many other animals do as well. The bear gets close and starts pouncing right after it gets a proper visual confirmation and comes right at the person who is filming it and attacks him. Luckily, the bear only got its paws on the camera and not on the man. These are friends from different species, and the bear places its paw on the man's boot. He should be thankful for wearing sturdy boots because those giant claws are designed for ripping and tearing flesh, not for play. The animal only backs down when he starts swinging his legs, and that too it probably took as a playful move. Playing with a bear, even a seemingly friendly one, can be extremely dangerous. Wild animals, especially bears, should be treated with caution and respected from a safe distance. These guys sat up atop these trees, probably waiting for some game, but a different sort of game approached them instead. The animal climbs the stand, approaching the hunters, who struggle to remain still. The curious creature retreats slightly upon realizing someone is on the stand.
Get down.
It stands underneath them, still wondering what it is. In a second of realization, he bolts out of the scene as if he was on fire. In many cases, wild animals like bears are naturally cautious and often perceive humans as potential threats. Their fear of humans is generally a survival instinct. The large black bear expresses clear displeasure with the proximity of the people, issuing a warning for them to back off. The cameraman, frightened, holds his ground and keeps the camera focused on the bear. The bear, knowing that it got the message across, goes about its day as normal and turns back to scratching itself against the tree like nothing had happened. Let that be a reminder that these animals are very aggressive about their space. A man with a double-barrel shotgun confronted an enraged grizzly bear, pointing his gun as the bear charged at him twice. He maintained composure, avoiding harm to the animal. He later explained that the bear's aggression stemmed from her being a mother with 3 cubs. He wisely chose not to shoot. The bear eventually left, and he began his retreat. Several individuals are perched in trees while a bear attempts to find a way to reach them. They are rightfully terrified, knowing that bears are adept climbers. The black bear climbs near the man, but halts before ascending further. Desperate to protect himself, the man employs bear spray and directs it at the bear's face, forcing the bear to retreat. It was a choice between that or using his bare hands. The animal stops and collects itself at a distance. Even outside a forest, these animals can suddenly appear during a midnight stroll. In this unfortunate incident, a bear initially appeared to avoid the man, but then turned around and attacked him. He should consider himself fortunate that the animal let him go easily, as being mauled by a bear is always a gruesome experience. Climbing trees doesn't guarantee safety from animals, particularly bears. In this clip, a bear effortlessly ascends the tree where people are perched, while another bear waits on the ground. All the hunter can do is wait and sit motionless, hoping that the bear goes away on its own, but to his surprise, the animal just keeps climbing until it is level with him and starts sniffing him out. The bear thoroughly investigates the hunter, his belongings, and the equipment hanging nearby. The man makes some effort to deter the bear, but the young bear might be misinterpreting his actions as friendly gestures at this point. Eventually, the bear begins to slowly retreat after satisfying its curiosity and playfulness. The man is left with a heart pounding with fear, knowing that a single swipe of those claws could spell disaster. One should never approach a bear on the side of the road, let alone try to pet it after exiting the car. This foolish man had to make a run for it, climbing back into his car as the bear gave chase. He even climbs down and scares the bear away with the little courage he has left. But we all know that bears don't usually take any intimidation, especially if it's a brown one. The brave yet dumb man even ends up videoing the animal after having a near-death experience with it. The bear stalks a man perched in a tree, and the man patiently awaits the bear's next move as it inches closer to the tree. It latches onto the tree and starts climbing cautiously, swaying as it tries to figure out the next move. Both the man and the bear appear confused, their eyes locked in a bewildered standoff. As soon as the hunter tries to grab his bow, the bear started running away. During an excavation, this grizzly bear came up to the bulldozer and bravely tried to climb it, until the driver came out of his seat. That got the bear even more confused.
Миша, Миша, привет! О! Миша, куда?
It seemed as if the animal had a message, perhaps something like, "Don't destroy the forest."
Иди домой. Красавчик. Миша.
The bear inspects every angle of the bulldozer, keenly assessing it while the driver records the animal's interest, as if it's examining both the machine and the person operating it. You should be lucky that it didn't want to climb any further.
Ладно. Вот так мы и работаем. Миша, ну иди, я тебе конфетку дам, Миша.
This giant mother bear was filmed with her cubs standing only a few meters away from these people as she collects herself. Her cubs, nearly as large as her, move around her, even coming close to the camera person. In a tense situation, the cub moves very close to the person, while the mother watches the cubs approach with concern, sensing a potential threat. Panic starts to grip the individual as they grapple with uncertainty about how to respond.
Oh, no. I said no.
Finally, the cub returns to its mother, leaving the man alone to work in peace. Thankfully, the mother doesn't budge from her spot. Otherwise, the situation could have turned out very differently for him.
Leave him alone. Hey, Mama, you're so good, Mom. Look at that. Hey there. Sorry about that.
Later, the family can be seen cuddling together and lounging on top of each other, as if they hadn't just given this person a heart attack. A truck driver halts in the middle of the road to greet an unlikely hitchhiker, a bear that stands on its hind legs to acknowledge the driver before continuing on its way down the road.
Эх ты косолапый, а, косолапый. Косолапый. Ну, блядь, ты какой красавец.
A person finds themselves in a tricky situation as a black bear follows them closely on foot. The bear locks eyes with the person, who calmly walks away, avoiding any provocation. The chase continues for an extended duration, with nothing happening except the bear getting extremely close to the person. Things start to appear calm during this time. The bear latches onto a tree and climbs a little, allowing the person to start picking up the pace as he loses the bear behind. That quick thinking helped him get away in time before the animal became even more comfortable.
No risk, holy hey. Attaboy, big guy. Beautiful. Attaboy.
On their way home, these people encountered a bear and offered it bread. The bear approached their window, grabbed the bread, and devoured it in one bite. The bear lingers, hoping for more, until the person waves his hand outside the car. The bear approaches him, thinking he's offering something.
Он даже не кидается. О, блядь, не кидается, видишь,
A little later, and that hand of his might have become the bear's next meal if they hadn't closed the door in time. In this clip, a hiker encounters a young bear sharing the hiking trail with the human. The bear crosses the track from the bushes as the person silently films the animal. After some time, the bear makes eye contact with the person. The bear stands at a distance, trying to discern the situation and determine if the person is a friend or a foe. The bear walks off, but gives a little sign of warning to the person as it swipes its claws at a small tree and shakes it up. The The curious bear moves around the person and returns from behind, getting closer as it gathers courage. After circling the person, the bear approaches the hiker head-on, albeit slowly, prompting the hiker to start moving. Eventually, the bear has its fill of curiosity and moves on. Bears often display heightened curiosity towards hunters in tree stands. They want to understand what kind of creature can climb trees like they can, which adds to their interest in the situation. Incredibly, the bear comes within just inches of the person, getting remarkably close to them. So close that the camera can't even maintain a full view of the animal. After climbing down, and right back up, the bear appears curious about what's happening and swipes at the person's foot, coming dangerously close to grazing it.
Get!
What would you think would have happened if the person had not scared it away at the end? Imagine driving up your driveway and finding a mother bear and her cubs on your front porch. The driver encountered the curious cubs standing beside their car. After a while, they all walked away, leaving the man to go home, likely in need of a change of underwear. Here is a man who narrowly avoided a close encounter with danger. The brown bear, whom he attempted to feed and pacify, paid no attention to the food and made a threatening swipe that could have injured his leg. Not even boats are safe from these animals. In this case, a passing boat was charged by an enraged mother bear who kept pace with it, clearly intent on reaching them. Thankfully, they weren't on foot. People filmed a bear in the street from their balcony. The animal had ventured into the urban environment and appeared confused, much like the girls standing nearby.
Trying to get in the elevator.
Oh my god.
As it moves along the street, the three girls standing there get a complete view of the situation and remain still. The bear, on the other hand, climbs up the stairs and onto another front yard. Surprisingly, the girls walk right up to the animal, creating a standoff.
Oh no! No!
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god, look, the bear's...
The bear even seeks shelter from the influencers who are taking pictures of it as it hides behind a gate. The girls have a moment to walk away, and once the coast is clear, the bear comes out and walks away as well.
See, he's coming! Look at him, he's coming! Oh my god, the people! He's coming! The people! See him! He's coming out! He's out! Oh my god! He's out!
Another bear found itself in the middle of the street, surrounded by humans, dogs, and a car. It became visibly confused, unsure of its next move.
Прям вообще медведь. Бога мать, точно. Блядь, Ира, не останавливайся, нахуй. Ира, блядь! Да я боюсь, что...
Later, the bear is seen chasing a man who recklessly provoked it by getting dangerously close. The man frantically runs in various directions, narrowly avoiding being hit by a bus as he runs onto the road.
О, блядь, автобус сбил.
The confused animal runs all around looking for cover, but knows it needs to keep running to escape this weird predicament.
Бесстрашный. Ты мой зайчик, ты мой зайка какой, а?
A lone man standing around and talking on the phone also gets a first-hand experience of the bear's strength as the animal pushes him slightly before running off behind him.
Опа, опа-на.
Seems like just another day in Russia. Bears have remarkable sensory abilities, and if you believe they can't see you or smell you from a distance, think again. These bears were casually relaxing in an open field when one of them noticed the person. The bear starts charging and running in the direction of the person filming, and as it gets closer, it becomes evident that the bear is heading straight for this individual. It's remarkable how these animals can spot you from such a distance. These fishermen, peacefully engaged in their fishing, were suddenly confronted by a charging bear that seemingly had no intention of sharing its territory with these individuals. The bear swiftly approached them from behind and began its investigation. The bear gives them a thorough sniff, dries itself off, and then proceeds to position itself behind them, creating a tense situation for the fishermen to navigate. If it were you, would you have stayed as calm and quiet as these guys? These individuals began filming a bear that was sprinting down the side of the road. As soon as they came parallel to the animal, it abruptly charged towards them, possibly making contact with their car as well.
Медведь! Вот это пи***ц! О! Эмоции у водителя бьют через край.
Later, the man recounts and describes the experience. Even though he is speaking in Russian, it's clear that he is utterly terrified.
Вот, то есть единственное то, что я успел выставить локоть, чтобы он меня не уронил, вот, то есть чтобы устоять на ногах, вот.
These hikers film another group of hikers who are completely unaware of the grizzly bear right beside them. When the animal does make its presence known, the women provide an excellent demonstration of what to do by raising their arms to scare the bear away.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah, I see him.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the bear. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
They stand their ground, and the animal retreats into the bushes, which is fortunate for them, as grizzlies typically require you to play dead if they attack.
Going back.
Come on, Rangers. What you do?
The ranger can't do it.
The Rangers are going over there.
Yeah, but those people. They'll slowly back in.
A fun beach day becomes a very tense situation for these people as a mother bear comes by with her cubs and walks right between these groups of people.
There's Mama and 2 cubs very close to us.
Perhaps this mother bear sensed that she could trust these people and refrained from reacting. Nevertheless, this is an exceedingly hazardous situation, one that frequently results in fatal encounters if not approached with extreme caution. At this moment, the cubs appear to be more curious and intrigued than their hyperprotective mother. These individuals encounter another mother bear, but of a different species, as she strolls right down the road with her cubs. The people who were initially standing very close to her quickly step back as the bears draw nearer. The mother bear and her little fluffy cubs sniff around the area. Then she starts to walk towards the people, which is a clear sign for them to increase the distance between themselves and the bears. A Russian man encounters a playful and cheerful bear that seems eager to give him a high five, despite the danger. It's a heartwarming interaction with the bear's big smiling face. Who wouldn't want to cuddle that friendly giant?
Че, кушать хочешь? Давай пари что-нибудь. Попроси.
The bear returns to its sibling, and now it seems to want to engage in some playtime with the person as they toss bread for them to eat.
На лапу сзади встает. Смотри, Салу не хочет.
Here's a clever bear that knows how to achieve its goal. The black bear approaches the garage door and starts sniffing around, likely assuming there's food behind it. It then bends down to use its paws. It slips a paw under the door to check if it can open it, and indeed it does.
Oh my God.
Look.
Wow. He's looking for
The bear makes another attempt at the door, successfully opening it this time. The homeowners are torn between surprise and concern as the bear gains access. Finally, the bear seizes its coveted prize, a trash can.
He's scratching at it. Oh my God. Look. Ah! Holy. Oh my.
Good luck cleaning that up.